Welcome to another presentation of the Silent Sports Video Blog. This is episode 78. Today's date is November 24th, 2018. Thank you for joining me once again. I'm Troy West said thank you. Hope everyone had a good holiday and a good Thanksgiving. As the holidays starting to roll around, of course, we're about to steamroll to Christmas in a few weeks. So happy holidays to everyone. Not going to be that long today. Not a lot to talk about. We're going to start with the NBA. LeBron James went back to Cleveland. I'll talk a little bit about that. I watched some of that game on, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday night. I think it was Wednesday night. LeBron went back home to Cleveland. We'll talk about that. And the Memphis Grizzlies play good basketball. We'll talk about that. And then we'll get into week 12 of the NFL. I pick all my games. Give you the news and notes from this week. And of course college football as well. But we're going to start the NBA. LeBron James, of course, now playing for the Los Angeles Lakers as the Lakers went to Cleveland. The Cavaliers gave him a game as the Lakers won it. Pulled away a little bit at the end. But to me, the reaction was good. I think the tribute was good to LeBron. The fans was good to him. But the same kind of did most of the game. You know, it didn't seem that hype. Maybe the fans, you know, because the Cavaliers not doing too well, maybe the fans just wasn't into it. They just came to see LeBron. But it was sort of like a lukewarm to me, like far as what I gauged from the crowd. But it was just interesting for him to go back home once again. Of course, he gave everything to the city of Cleveland, Ohio, the northern Ohio area. Definitely been very influential to a lot of those people there. So, you know, some people said they might boo. I didn't think so. They gave him a warm welcome. But it was sort of lukewarm to me. I think it was, you know, they was happy to see him, but it was like, damn, I wish you still was here. More of a reaction to me. They gave him a little video tribute. I think they could have did that better. I think they could have did it a little bit better. That's just my opinion. But it was just interesting to see him go back home. Lakers playing well now. Of course, Cavaliers sliding with injuries, and they've been playing a lot of the young guys, but they didn't look too bad. But just something I wanted to touch on. To me, LeBron James clearly the second best player of all time, and to me, like I said, he'll never catch Jordan as far as accomplishments. But as far as a pure basketball player, he's got to be in the conversation, in my opinion. I slowly started to have that conversation, started playing in my head. Like, the things LeBron has done, he's already, top 5 in scoring. So, I mean, the guys, he exceeded my expectations. Like I said, I doubted him when he first came into the league myself. Didn't think he was going to be that great, you know, to what he's done. Thought he'd be a better average player, you know, for a number 1 pick. Probably, you know, maybe win a title or 2, which he's done. But I just thought he'd be more of a, you know, I didn't think he would become the best player in the NBA for as long as he has. So, I definitely got to give him his props because I doubted him. But you know, he only come there once a year since he's in the Western Conference. So, of course, he signed a 4-year contract with the Lakers. So we'll see how it goes next time. But just think it could have been a little bit better for him. But LeBron definitely accomplished a lot on and off the court. You see what he's doing off the court with his entertainment. Got a lot of little documentaries and shows. So he's doing his thing right now. But the Lakers, I mean, in the West is so stacked now. You know, even with the Warriors struggling, you never know. I think pretty much the West is wide open to me, other than the Warriors. I think the Warriors will get it together, but after that, I think everybody's sort of not that far apart. Which I mean, like everybody's sort of even after that. Even down to like Phoenix and Sacramento. So even though the Kings are playing better this year. And speaking of a team been surprising in the West, the Memphis Grizzlies, they was number 1 going into last night. They lost to the Clippers last night, but the Grizzlies, I think I talked about them in my preview that they was a sleeper with Mike Conley, Marc Gasol coming back, but they've been playing good basketball. They lost last night. The only thing about Memphis was I'm worried about with Philadelphia as well is did they have shooters. I haven't seen Memphis play this year, so I don't know if they got any great shooters around, but Mike Conley and Marcus Hall are definitely all NBA players, so, and all-stars, so they could definitely, Grizzlies will definitely be a team that will compete. But surprising that they start off the way they have. But we'll see how that all turns out. Long season to go. Of course, we'll have some NBA talk every week. That was the big thing of the week, LeBron going back to Cleveland. So, what is it? I think it's some games pick back up next week. Of course, college basketball season started as well. Let's go ahead and move on to the NFL. Like I said, this blog ain't going to be that long. Let me pull up my app for my picks here. Of course, I had a preview of all the Thanksgiving games. I actually did good. I won all 3 games. The Bears was able to beat the Lions in a tough game without Mitchell Trubisky. Picked by Jackson and the ends the pick 6 pretty much was the difference of that game. Cowboys pretty much dominated the Redskins. They got a late touchdown at the end, and the Saints pretty much handled the Falcons as well. So Saints are now 10-1 and they still continue to roll. Dallas, I think, could win this division. Still want to see what the Eagles going to do, but I think the Redskins, I'm not completely counting them out either, but I think it's going to be tough for Colt McCoy. Let's carry them. And Dallas look pretty good right now. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. So right now I have to lean towards Dallas. I picked Philadelphia at the beginning of the season though, but I think Dallas right now is in the driver's seat to win the NFC East. Let's move on to tomorrow's games, Sunday's games, of course. First game on here is Jaguars Bills. Jags to be the most disappointing team. Some people said got the other picks for that, but I think they are. I think clearly they're the most disappointing team this year, in my opinion. They on the road in Buffalo. This is a coin flip for me, but I would go with the Jags. I just think they're still a little bit better team than the Bills. Simple as that. Yeah, I'm picking the Jags. They both 3-7. Nothing else more to talk about with that game. Browns and Bengals. The Browns 3-6-1. Bengals 5-5. Bengals just in disarray. Like I said, they just lost right now. The Browns played better, but I'm gonna go with the Bengals. They at home. If the Browns is at home, I might lean towards the Browns, but they're in Cincinnati, so I think the Bengals will pull it out and beat Cleveland on Sunday. Raiders and Ravens. 5-5 for the Ravens. This is a big game for them to stay in the wild card hunt. Raiders 2-8. Like I said, I pretty much was done with the Raiders weeks ago. Only team they beat is the Arizona Cardinals, and they doing just as bad. But I think the Raiders are sort of, I don't want to say taking it unofficially, but they sort of is. Ravens, I think they got more to play for, and they're at home. I'm going to go with the Ravens here to pull that out. Patriots, Jets. Patriots 7-3, coming off a bye. Jets are 3-7. No Sam Darnold. I thought I was sort of, I don't want to say disappointed, like, with the Jets, but they did play well last week. I thought Josh McCown would give it a little steady. He didn't play well. The whole team didn't play well. So, and the Patriots coming off a loss. They know they need to keep winning against, hopefully, catch Kansas City for the home field in the AFC. And now you got the Steelers competing for that as well. I think they go win and take care of business, and they dominate their division anyway. I think they beat the Jets pretty easily. Giants and Eagles, first game of my Big Five. Eagles 6-point favorites here. They 4-6. Giants 3-7. I put this, even though both teams not doing well overall, but I put this on my Big Five because the Eagles are defending champions. and is in danger of missing the postseason altogether. I think they lose this game. This will really put them back. But I think they're at home. Giants been playing better. They won 2 straight. But I think the Eagles going to take care of business here. Get their home cooking and win it at home. Will they cover the 6? Maybe. I think it's 6 is a little high. The way the Eagles ain't been playing that well. They might not cover that 6-point spread, but I think they still will beat the Giants at home to try to get back into the NFC East race. 49ers, Buccaneers, Niners at 2-8, Buccaneers at 3-7. Buccaneers again, another team that's in disarray. Niners, without Garoppolo, still been competing in games. And this is sort of a toss-up to me. Only giving the Buccaneers the nod because they're at home. If it was in San Francisco, I probably would pick the 49ers to win. But Buccaneers still got the weapons. Jameis Winston came in there, looked it better. He ain't turned the ball over like he normally did. Almost run the Bucs all the way back to win. I think that momentum carry over to this game, and they beat the 49ers at home. Seattle Seahawks and the Carolina Panthers. That's on my Big 5. Panthers 3.5 favorites at 6-4 at home. Seahawks 5-5. Pretty much a big game for both teams to try to stay in the playoff hunt. Seahawks know they're not winning the division with the Rams pulling away. They could have that wrapped up by this week, actually. The Rams could. Panthers try to stay alive. Look like they're not going to win their division even if the Saints keep taking the roll. So Panthers is in one of those wild card spots. Seattle's right there as well. So big game for both teams. Probably a little bit bigger for Seattle. But the Panthers at home, I'm going to go with them to win. I think it'll be competitive. I think 3.5 is just about right. I think it'll be about 3.3, between 3 and 6. Cam Newton and Russell Wilson, 2 dynamic quarterbacks, so that game is interesting for that reason as well. Both guys can move. Cam is a big tank out there running around, so should be an exciting game. Probably see some big plays from both guys. But I think the Panthers will pull it out. But slide a little bit. I think they get it together here at home and they beat the Seahawks to sort of put their playoffs hopes almost down the drain with the win. Cardinals and Chargers. Chargers coming off a loss to the Broncos, which is pretty disappointing if they was going to be a contender in the AFC. Cardinals, both of their wins against the 49ers. Seeing that stat, I was like, wow, okay. Even though the 49ers not doing too well either, but that just was sort of surprised. So really easily could be 0-10 right now. I think the Chargers win though. They're at home. I think they take care of business. I don't know what the spread is, but I think they cover whatever spread it is and they win. Broncos and Steelers. Steelers on the road, 7-2-1. 3-point favorite against the Denver Broncos at 4-6. Broncos is probably playing smaller now. They beat the Chargers last week, but I don't think they would beat the Steelers, even though they're at home. Broncos harder to beat at home. But I just think the Steelers rolling on offense right now. Now the Le'Veon Bell thing is over, so I think they really focus on the field now. And I think they win this game at least by 10, even though the spread is 3. I just don't think Denver could keep up with the scoring-wise. But the home field might even the game out a little bit. But I think the Steelers will go in there but take care of business. Dolphins, Colts. Who thought this would make the Big 5, but it did. 7.5 favorites are the Colts. Guess that's kind of right. The way the Colts been playing and the way the Dolphins been playing. This is pretty much a crucial game in the AFC. Is 3 or 4 teams. I think the Ravens and these 2 teams are tied at 5-5. So are the Titans. So about 4 teams for that final spot. Ravens just hold the tiebreaker. So right now they would be in. So this is a huge game. Colts been playing better. Quietly, Andrew looked like he's back to his old self. They protected him. They got a little running game now. And I think they take care of business. Ryan Tannehill supposed to be back and starting. So I think that's also more of a hinder because he got to get his stuff back together. I think the Colts win at home. I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb and say they cover the 7.5 and beat the Miami Dolphins at home. Green Bay Packers at the Minnesota Vikings. That's also my final Big 5 game. Vikings 3.5 favorites at home at 5-4-1. Of course, these two teams tied in week 2. Packers are 4-5-1. Just don't think Aaron Rodgers is gonna roll over yet. And the Vikings sort of been up and down, up and down. I think Aaron Rodgers is going there and get the win this time instead of the tie. I think the Packers going to be fighting. They might be tough enough to make the playoffs. I'm not sure. The Bears have taken control of this division now. But I think the Packers, they need this win to stay in the wild card, and I think they get it. I don't think they're going to just bow out too easily. So with all that being said, I think the Packers win, and a close one on the road against the Minnesota Vikings. And of course, our Monday game, we'll talk more about it on the Monday Morning Football Hangover when I go live on YouTube every week, every Monday. Titans and Texans, big game in the AFC South. I got Houston winning in a close game, and I'll talk a lot more about that on Monday. Preview that game. Should be a decent Monday night game. So that's all my Week 12 picks. So that'll pretty much do it for our blog this afternoon, this week. There's a lot to talk about. But we can talk a little college football though real quick before I end this video. A lot of big games, including Ohio State, Michigan at high noon today. Washington upset Washington State last night, so that is a little monkey wrench into the playoff. USC and Notre Dame. Notre Dame try to stay alive in the playoff. Alabama got Auburn this afternoon, so some big games for some teams. Clemson, I think Clemson plays South Carolina, so that's not a gimme game, but should be a win for Clemson though. So all the rivalry games. UCF won again yesterday, so they still undefeated. So we'll see if any of those top 4 teams fall and lose. I think Michigan probably got the toughest game clearly against Ohio State, but I just think Michigan going to do it this time. They Jim Harbaugh get off the well, I don't want to say the hot seat, but he been criticized a lot because he haven't beaten Ohio State yet. So this is this year. If he don't do it this year, when is he going to do it? They clearly, to me, got the best team this time, or has played a lot better this year. Only lost to Notre Dame in the opening week, so looking forward for Michigan to make a statement and pretty much stamp their ticket to the playoff. Alabama better be careful as well with Auburn. Auburn been up and down this year, but they're not a pushover either, so they're 2 teams to keep an eye out for. I think Notre Dame should beat USC, and I don't think Clemson will struggle too bad against South Carolina either, so look out for all that stuff today. College basketball, Duke lost to Gonzaga earlier this week, so we'll see if they stay number 1 when the rankings come back out again. But those young freshmen looks good, man. I watched a little bit of them already. Of course, Zion Williamson, the high flyer dunker guy, he's excited to watch. But Barrett, he's pretty good. But I think this is probably a blessing in disguise for Duke. I think, honestly, if I had to choose, I think they my national champion. Kansas still look good as well, but Duke, if they were able to focus and these young guys get enough experience, they could get through the tournament. They're definitely the deeper team in the country, though. Okay, well, that's all. So check out all the college football today. Got your NFL tomorrow. Probably some NBA games on. As sports started to get a little quiet throughout the winter time, you know. You got the NFL, like I said, college football, you know. So check all that stuff out today. Join me Monday for the Monday Morning Football Hangover. We'll look back on tomorrow's NFL games and the college football from today as well. So join me live around 9:30 a.m. right here on YouTube. Right here on YouTube, because that ain't through my PlayStation Network, but this is if you're watching. But thanks so much for the support. Video game playthroughs been a little slacking lately. I might try to fit a Spider-Man video. Still got to do the Turf Wars, the new DLC that came out earlier this week. Might do some live Call of Duty again today. So check me out for both of those. And a Mega Man 11 video as well. I've still been doing some 20XX. Might go back to God of War as well. So just look out for all that stuff as I try to fit it in during my work schedule, which is tough sometimes. But I try to fit something in. Alright, well that'll do it for episode 78. I want to thank everyone for the support. As also support my other channel, The Open Book with Troy West. I put a note in the comment section on this video. I already got a topic for next week, which I might do like a crossover. I might load both videos on both channels. Load the video on both channels, so check that out. It's going to be tied sports with mental health, so I'm gonna try to do some research and I'll talk about that. I already got 2 topics on my mind that I want to talk about, so definitely check those out as well. And I thank you for the support once again. I'm Troy West. Enjoy your weekend and happy holidays once again to everyone. See you Monday morning. Thank you so much.